I could stare at that all day. Here we are in Port Dalhousie. We're doing a small kitchen renovation here. But instead of talking about it, let's go inside and take a look. Look at this massive kitchen. Huge! But it's gonna have a good flow. The island used to be right here. I think they might have had like maybe 3 feet between. I think the stove was there, fridge was here, so we switched things around. Made it tall to the ceiling. Actually, these are taller than normal. They're tall people, so I think the countertop height's usually 36. We did it 38. I made a two-tone color. We'll have some glass up here, and we're gonna do some probably subway tiles from this corner to here to the top. We have built-in oven and cooktop with a couple nice pendant lights and probably some, what do you call that, farmer's light coming out of here. That's it. Not much to see. It's tiny, but functional. That's where I want to be. Going to freaking Mexico or some Saint Island, anyways.
Bug.
That's a mail plane.
Bug.
You tell? You ever watch Three Amigos? Steve Martin? That's a mail plane.
I think it's a mail plane. How can you tell? Well, didn't you notice its little balls? Little balls.
Balls underneath it. Okay, so you're good, eh?
Hasn't moved.
What hasn't moved?
Any of that metal.
La 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 la. I'm doing my own soundtrack. You taking this with you?
Oh.
I don't know what it is, but yesterday beat the shit out of. Oh, I know what it is.
When you fell?
When I fell off the scaffolding. I was hanging like a Greek god who just got shot by a fucking.
I was thinking more like
What else you got there?
toys.
I look like I'm working.
I have toys. Doesn't look like I'm working.
Let's talk about this texture cord. I can stare at this and ponder for hours. Makes me feel wise. Makes me want to share some wisdom. You want to hear some wisdom, Cameron? You can take this literally, or you can take it really deep, but you have to listen carefully, okay? Cold water will always embarrass the naked man. Think about it as I ponder. That house we just looked at right now, that was my first big job for property rehab. When I started this company, I don't know, 7 years ago, it was after a 3-year layover. I chilled. I didn't do anything for 3 years besides just, that's a mental health rant later on. But anyways, that was my first big job. So when I started this company, it was just, I was trying to, being in a new town, not knowing anybody, not knowing any contacts or whatever. I was just end up doing small jobs like decks and fences and maybe a small bathroom here and there. But I didn't, unfortunately, I didn't carry any pictures from past experience. So I was never on social media, so there was never any history from other towns where I was from, what I was able to do. So I kept telling myself, as long as I get one big job, then this company is set forever. And when the opportunity presented itself that I could quote on this place here, and that was an addition. We did a full second story addition, and we did also a master bedroom, or I think it was a master bedroom, or a guest bedroom and a guest bathroom on top of the garage. So it's almost like 2.5 stories high we went. So when I had the opportunity to quote on that, I know what I had to do. Then they were asking me, how do you know they're gonna call you back? Because I'm sure they're getting a lot of quotes, so how are you gonna get in? I said, I know, they'll call me back. And sure enough, I got the call back. And then it was a meeting, right? And he wanted to go through the quote with me, and I'm going through the quote with him, and I'm looking at him, and inside I'm smiling because he wants to ask me something without asking me, and I knew what he was getting at. Bottom line, he wants to know why I'm so freaking cheap, but he didn't want to say it in case it was a mistake. That's what I was assuming. So I flat out said it. So you're probably questioning why I'm probably 50, 60 grand cheaper than your competitors or my competitors, or where are their quotes? And he goes, yeah, I am. I said, well, what I want to do is I want to help you show how to do this and how to save money. To do it, we're able to do it for this price, 50, 60 grand cheaper. I'm not here to make money. Straight up, I said I'm here to use this I want to use it as a portfolio and to show clients what can be done. So this is why. I don't want to make money on here, but I want to showcase what I can do to make future money. And after I explained that to him, he understood, and obviously he agreed, 50, 60 grand, and I'm going to work with him to show you how to do this addition, since I did it so many times, that how we could do it cheaper. Not sacrifice the quality, not sacrifice cheaper materials, just shown different ways. And I think I averaged about maybe $300 a week in those 6 months. That's what I was making. But I didn't care. If I was geared and chasing the money, I wouldn't have got that job. But because I sacrificed all my profits and pretty much worked for nothing, that one project sold over $1 million of future work of people that would bring in to come and see it. So I would call that one, that project right there would be ground zero for property rehab. Picked a job, 60 grand cheaper. I made a couple $100 a week, but I brought people in. People would call me, yeah, you could do that? Yeah, I can do that. Come and see. You know, a place to show the clients what can be done. Talk to the customer that hired me. Actually, that was the number one rule. I said, all you have to do is you let me bring clients in here, and all you have to do is you tell them the truth about what's going on about me in this job. And that was it. You know, maybe 4 months later, the job was done, and the company just took off where I am today. Chat reminds me of a story, maybe about, I don't know, a few years ago anyways. This guy was second year in business, third year in business maybe, and he was just always discouraged because things would go up, then he would feel it goes down, and he's telling me that the roller coaster ride. He thinks that it should be, at the time he thought that maybe you should just go and go and go and take off, and that's how it works, life, just go. But that's not how life works, actually. It is a series of windy, bumpy roads. And like for me, for instance, I've been doing this for a long time. It's not just years, but hours. You know, sure, I did like 20 years in it, but it's the hours we put in, right? And I was just calculating the other day, and I got the same hours in this industry as a 20-year-old kid starting at a factory, working 40 hours a week for 50 years and retires at 70. That's how many hours I got in this industry. Like, you know, at least 100,000 hours. And it's not always like this. It's like this. And sometimes it goes down quite a bit. But you have to think when you're up, when you're down. But when you're up, don't forget about the downs. But when you're downs, look forward to the ups because they're coming. There's no straight line. It is going up as a graft. That's what you want. And that brings me actually, like all these years, you would think I would have got a good plan, a good system in place. Everything is fine. But life always just hits you. No matter how good your system is, there's always a curveball coming your way. And not too many people know this. Actually, it's just a very, very, very few. But last year, getting ready for my Christmas party, 2019, I hated my company. I wasn't happy with it. I wasn't happy with what's going on. I didn't feel right about it. It wasn't my vision. And I was so unhappy that for 1 year that sadly, Christmas party 2018, I just sent my credit card. I didn't even go because I didn't feel what it should be. So that night when I was going out in December, I had to come up with a plan. I had to come back and I had to go back to where I think I should feel. It's not about how much money. It's not about how many jobs or what, but you get that feeling. So in January, I gave it this is what's going to happen in my head. I'm going to step back for at least 45 days. Not step back from work, but step back from the reality and just examine everything. And we fast forward in February, and I'm in Mexico. Then I told my family, I said, I'm trying to build this company on respect, quality, and integrity. And that's what I wanted. That's what it's really important to me. Then that's when I told my family, I said, I think I'm going to have to get rid of half my company and just restructure, do something, because it's not working. And I need to do, just like sports, you just clean house, do whatever, figure things out, juggle. You got to change stuff around. So when I came back for a couple weeks, and I really did a good hard look, and I've been doing a lot of thinking. I talked to maybe one or two other person who knows me and what I think I should do, and that was my result. Is that I'm going to be cutting half my company, and I'm going to refocus, rebrand, and get back on that. Not this, because I know it's never this. Although you hope it's that, but it's a rough. I want to get back to the rough road that goes this way, not this way, So I had to make a big decision, which when COVID came, kind of did the decision for me. But what I'm trying to get at is it doesn't matter how long or how much you work or what you think a good plan is. Everything changes. People change, situation change, the vibe changes sometimes, life changes. We all know this COVID-19 it's a new world out there. You think any of us could plan for that? So don't get discouraged if you're just a year or two in it and you're having a hard time, because you'll always have that hard time. It's just that you have to muscle through it. And without that hard time, you ain't gonna grow. And nobody wants to be like this. I don't anyway. It's just a neutral, flat line. Sure, there's no downs or ups, but it's pretty boring. So just stick in there, man, and just keep fighting the fight and just know that shit's gonna come. And just get ready for it.